everything I possibly could to get myself into trades because I was thinking if I get into trades, I'll be able to make more money. The faster I can make
Order
money,
filled.
the faster I can stop going to these stupid ass jobs and work 13 hours a day. Like I hated it. I hated it. And I was willing to put myself through pain thinking that it was worth it. It was not worth it.
I was gonna say, was it?
No, it caused dad all kinds of problems and digestive issues, um, mental disorders because of placing so much emphasis on I have to do it right now. And now looking back as a 50-year-old man, I didn't have to. Clearly, I didn't get it as soon as I wanted it to happen, right? So what did I have to submit to? Time. And if I did the things correctly, like I taught my students and actively still teaching, is to simply just relax and stop trying to make that next trade your entire career. It's not a make it or break it, be all end all result at the end of that next trade. But as a 20-year-old, every single time I took a trade, it was like that. It wasn't just, if I lose on this one, it's okay. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me mentally. It doesn't hurt me financially. But every single trade I framed did both of those things. It hurt me financially and it hurt me mentally because I was stressing while I was in the trade. There was never a time when I was 20 years old, I was in a trade where I was calm. I was never like that. I was absolutely at my wits' end every single moment I was in the trade. And many times I was stressed leading up to the trade, like almost wanting to vomit. So, and I'm sure some of you out there listening, you probably feel very similar things, especially if you've ever experienced losing or if you lost some money. And it's like the surest way to avoid that is give yourself permission to simply not know what to do at that given time. And for you live streamers out there, like I'm one of the biggest personality in trading right now. It won't stay that way. I'm just hot right now. And when I stop putting out content and stop live streaming, I'll fizzle out and somebody else will come up. And that's how it should be. But if you're live streaming, don't be afraid or embarrassed to say, you know what? I don't know what to do right now. And I, with 32 years experience, would have a great deal of respect for something like that. But you don't see that so much. You see emotional outbursts, meltdowns. Oh, why is it doing this to me? Oh, I can't understand this. If I wasn't watching the chart, it would do this. Stop talking like that. Because the only thing you're doing is anchoring all that stuff emotionally and psychologically to yourself. You're chaining all that negativity to yourself when you do that. And not only are you doing it to yourself, but your viewers are watching that. And if you're trying to be a mentor or if you're trying to be a influencer, you know what you're doing? You're influencing toxicity. You're literally festering negativity, and it's something that can be collected by your audience versus empowering them by watching you be responsible with yourself and say, you know what? Yes, I have thousands of people watching me. Yes, they all have expectations of me being able to be right about something or making money or passing a combine or making some kind of money that could eventually, after a certain number of days, allow me and afford me a withdrawal. Okay, that's wonderful. But as someone that trades, I'm more interested in how people think and how they conduct themselves. And if they're not going to be willing to admit when they don't know something and they are allowing their personality and ego, and I have probably the largest ego on the internet because it's part of who I am as a character. I have to present that. I want you to hate me first and then come in and try to prove me wrong. That's my whole spit. That's what I've always done. I play a heel, but really I'm a baby face in the industry. Like I want everybody to do well. I don't hate everyone or hate anyone. They do certain things that get on my nerves. They go too far with personal shit. But otherwise, I mean, I don't have a vendetta against anybody. So you as a trader, you as an influencer, you as a student, you have to afford yourself the permission. You have to grant yourself permission that there's going to be times where you know what, it might do this, but I'm just not technically going to take a trade. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sit still because it just doesn't feel right. And I'd rather err on the side of caution than go out there and just roll the dice. And if I'm right, I can't feel good about that. But most of you that are influencers or trying to be an influencer, you'll grab onto that and you'll pony it around in front of everybody. Look what I did. Look what I did. Yeah, bro, look at me. And that's also feeding yourself toxicity because you know down in your heart that you were not comfortable taking that trade. You just did it because you have an audience watching you. When you're trading in the privacy of your own office, your own home, whatever you're trading, There's nobody there to inspire, and there's nobody there to impress. And there's certainly no one there to dry your tears when you do shit wrong. So you might as well just start doing things with that perspective in mind and be responsible. Start on the responsible foot first. That means, how do I present myself a way or a manner of going into this where I'm not openly
Order
inviting
filled.
ruin? How can